Hello, thanks for joining me for today's workout. We're focusing on glutes and thighs today, and all you need is a resistance band or nothing at all if you want to do this equipment free. We will start with no band in a child's pose. So you can come to your hands and knees, bring your big toes to touch at the back of the mat, a little bit more space between the knees, send the hips back to the heels and drop your forehead down. Begin to breathe a little deeper to center yourself, feeling the inhale expand the ribs out to the sides, and as you exhale, allowing your whole body to soften. Now, I really like to emphasize mindful, controlled movements in these workouts. So just before we get moving, set the intention to pay attention and be there with your movements. We'll do everything in intervals of 30 or 40 seconds rather than counting reps. So aim to work for the whole interval, but go at a speed that works for you. Being intentional with your body and your movements so we know we're targeting the right muscles and protecting from injury. Let's get moving. On your next inhale, you can bring yourself up to a tabletop position. Stack your joints, shoulders over the wrists, hips over the knees. Inhale to drop the belly down. Pull the heart forward, chin away from the chest. Exhale to round the spine like an angry cat. Tuck your chin. Again, inhale, lift the tail towards the sky. Feel the collarbones grow wider. And as you exhale, feel the skin of the back stretch out, rounding. Inhale, belly down, chest forward. Line up your movement with your breath. Exhale, round, firmly push down through all 10 fingers. Let's go for one more. Big inhale, arch, moving the spine like a wave. And exhale to round, pointing the tailbone down. Come back to a neutral spine on your next inhale. So between the two extremes of your cat and cow, ribs pull up and in, lower back is flat. Extend your left leg, stretching out, and then bend your left knee. We'll take the left knee and draw big, slow circles out to the side. Avoid rushing through. So this isn't about range. At the beginning of our workout, it's about connection and clarity. So feel that deep circular motion in the hip socket. Move slowly enough to notice where you're sticky or where you might be compensating. You can switch directions and pay attention especially to if you're leaning way over to the right side or bending the right elbow. Try to keep your body centered, hugging the navel in towards the spine to keep the core active. Next time the knee circles to the back of the mat, hold, re-extend your left leg, and then sweep it all the way over to the left. Gently lower it down to the earth, and we'll just tuck the back toes under and rock the hips forward and back a few times, noticing the sensation in the inseam of the left leg, maybe the right thigh and the hips. Use your breath, so as you inhale, pull the hips back towards the left heel, exhale, shoulders over the wrists. One more like that. Inhale, pull it back. And exhale, coming forward. Begin to heel toe your left foot in towards the top of the mat. You can heel toe it in between your hands so the left hand comes outside of the left foot. Now as you inhale, send the hips forward, lift your chest, look to the top of the mat. And as you exhale, pull the hips all the way back towards the left heel, folding over the left thigh. Inhale, hips open up, look forward, open the chest. And exhale, pull the hips back, flex your left foot. Two more. Inhale, roll forward, feel the front of the right hip open up. Exhale, pull it back, notice the sensation in the left thigh. One more time. Inhale, open up. And exhale, hips go back. You can keep those right toes tucked under. Let's come forward again. Shuffle your right knee in just a little bit if you need, so you can extend your left leg back to where it came from and then lower the left knee down to the floor. Extend your right leg, bend the right knee, and start with your big, slow circles to the right side. Mind to body connection, avoiding compensations. You want to keep your spine steady, no shifting side to side or dipping the belly down. All the rotation is happening from the hip joint. Switch directions and we'll go a couple times the opposite way. This is your time to check in with how your body is moving today. Not forcing, not judging, just witnessing. The next time the right knee goes to the back of the mat, pause, extend your right leg all the way over to the right and lower the foot down to the floor in line with the left knee. Tuck your left toes, exhale to shift the hips back and inhale to come forward. Exhale pulls you back, noticing the sensation in the right thigh. Inhale to come forward. A couple more times. The next time that you take the hips forward, pause, And we'll find our low lunge, so you can heel toe or wiggle your right foot in right to the top of the mat. Take the right hand outside of the right foot so your hands frame your front foot. Inhale to send the hips forward, open up the left hip, look forward. And exhale, pull the hips back, sit onto the left heel. Inhale, roll forward, place the right foot flat on the floor, open up the hips. Exhale, pull it back, flex your right toes, so toes come in towards the shin. And 2 more, rolling forward on your in-breath, pulling back on the exhale. Last one, notice if your range of motion starts to open up as your body gets warmer, maybe pulling back a little further. And then coming forward again, you can shuffle your left knee in, plant your hands flat on the floor, extend your right leg, and then drop your right knee down right back into your tabletop. We're going to get into our first working set after that quick warm-up, so you can grab your band, slide it on just above your knees at the bottom of the thighs. Remember, the band is here to help you engage more. It's like a tool to help you stay intentional. So you want to use the feeling of the band to activate awareness of the outer hips and glutes. Come into tabletop, extend your left leg with the toes pointed, and then crisscross the thighs, and imagine tapping your left knee to the mat down behind the right. So inhale to lengthen, exhale, cross, and tap. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, cross, and tap. Keep your left toes pointed so there's energy all the way down to the left toes the whole time. And every time you lengthen out the left leg, think about squeezing your left glute. Every time that you crisscross the legs, think about squeezing your thighs together. We're going to work through this for about 40 seconds before we move on to the next exercise. So if you need to slow down or go a little quicker than what I'm doing in the video, please feel free to do so. Here's our last 3 seconds, 2, and 1. Hold your left leg in that straight position with the toes pointed. We're simply going to tap and lift the leg. Focus on keeping this movement smooth. So rather than jerking the leg up every lift, imagine it's being buoyed up by a slow wave. Keep pressing the left thigh subtly into the band to stay anchored to the sensation in the outer hips and glutes. So we're working for 40 seconds with the glutes under tension. Now, even at the bottom, when the leg comes down and there's less resistance, keep a little bit of energy pressing into the band so that you don't drop the work. Last 3 seconds, 2, 1. Next time your leg comes up, hold it here, flex your foot. Pull your heel in towards the bum and then re-extend the leg, keeping your foot flexed and thigh lifted parallel to the floor so there's tension on the band the whole time. So try not to move the upper part of the leg. Imagine you're just hinging from the knee as you squeeze the heel in, feeling the hamstring engage, and then re-extend. Every time you lengthen the leg out, I like to imagine like the heel is painting a long, straight line into the air. I know it might start to feel tiring. Keep your leg up there. We've got just a couple seconds left. 3, 2, 1. Bend into your knee and hold it. Time for donkey kicks. Lower your knee down and then lift it back up, sole of the foot extending towards the sky, keeping your leg bent about 90 degrees through the whole range of motion. Keep the lift controlled and precise. So again, if you need to go at a different speed than what I'm doing in the video, please do so. I really want you to feel this not only in your left glute, in the leg that's working, but also the right glute as it works to stabilize you and keep the hips stable and square. Keep the core active, back of the neck long, crown of the head reaching forward so your whole body stays in one line of energy. There's a break coming up soon, so stay in it. Last 3, 2, 1. Lower your left knee down. Great work. Take a deep breath, give the hips a little shimmy, a little sway side to side, and then reset. We'll go right into the second side. So the right leg extends, toes pointed, crisscross, tap the right knee down behind the left. Inhale, reach the right toes back, and exhale to cross the knees. We're going to repeat the same 4 movements that we did on the left side, on the right side. Now, we want to try to work through this whole set, keeping the glutes under tension the whole time. So if it's possible for you today, try not to take any breaks. If you need a quick break, hop right back in as soon as you're ready. Be mindful now, especially during this first one, not to burn it all out during the first couple seconds. We've still got over 2 minutes of work. 3, 2, 1. Great. Next time your leg straightens out, we're going to lower and lift, squeezing that right booty, right butt cheek as hard as you can at the top. keep your leg as straight as possible. So toes are pointed, the leg is straight, kneecap slightly lifted. This is going to ensure that you're lifting using your right glute. That's the muscle we want to target. We kind of change which muscles we're using if you allow the leg to get sloppy and bent. I always like to encourage people with these exercises. It's not about the depth, and it's not about how fast you go or how many reps you do. It's about the quality of movement. Last 3 seconds. 2, 1. Keep your leg lifted, flex your foot, hamstring curl. Squeeze your heel in towards the right glute and re-extend. Now try to incorporate your breathing. So exhale as you drag the heel in like you're drawing a straight line with your heel. Inhale as you extend the leg straight out behind you. Keep your thigh lifted so the knee is level with the hip, feeling the back of the thigh and glute working hard to create this movement. And now as you breathe, make sure you're not tensing up too much through the neck and shoulders, so pull the shoulders down away from the ears. Support with the core, drawing the navel in and up. Imagine connecting your front ribs towards your hips to keep your spine steady. Alright, last one for this set. Keep your knee bent. Inhale, drop the right knee down. Exhale, stamp the right footprint up towards the sky. Keep your knee bent about 90 degrees and really squeeze your right glute at the top. If your glutes and thighs are starting to burn like mine are, breathe through it and trust me, it's a good thing. It's like your muscles are responding, they're communicating back to you as you ask them to work. And as the glutes start to tire, keep this movement precise. You're not kicking your foot up towards the sky. It's like you're just pressing the sole of your foot upwards, sending energy up through the heel. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Drop the right knee down, untuck your toes, sit your hips back to your heels for a quick child's pose. Take a deep breath in, feel the lungs, belly, chest inflate. And as you exhale, roll forward, tabletop. Tuck your toes under. You can keep the band on. Lift your knees and just find this pike position. Mindfully walk your hands back towards your feet, shifting the weight into your feet at the back of the mat. With a generous bend in the knees, tuck your chin, slowly rise up. You can reach the arms overhead at the top. Exhale, hands to heart center. Take a couple steps forward. We're going to get into our first standing set from here. Come up onto the ball of your left foot. You can step it a little bit behind the right heel. Squat down and stand. Think about sending your hips back and down like you're sitting into a chair, and use your right leg. So the sole of the right foot is flat onto the floor. I want you to drive it down and use the strength on the right side to rise back up to standing. Imagine your left foot is just there to help you balance, but try not to drive any weight down through the left toes. Adding on in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Next time you squat down, tap your left toes back, bring them in, and stand. So squat down, pull the band apart as you step back, step in, and stand. Just like in the first layer, keep your left toes light. You can use them a little bit for balance, but your right leg should be doing the brunt of the work. Really let your right glute and thigh start to burn out here. Keep a little softness in the neck and shoulders though, so using your energy efficiently. Finish off one more here, and now feet stay the same, lower down, hold, step it out, step it in, step it out, step it in. Keep your hips low, so we're holding a squat on the right side as you gently tap the left toes out and in. This is where we're really turning up the heat on the right glute. Notice how my upper body is hinged forward just a little bit with the core strong. That's going to help us to really target the right side of the booty. One more, step it out, tap it in, and now step your left toes back. We're going to pulse it out. So upper body still leaning forward, really feeling this in the right glute, pulsing left knee close to the floor, but keep your left toes light. Think about making your spine a long, straight line, about 45 degrees to the floor. So the lower back is flat, pull the navel up and in, keep the shoulders back and down. Keep pulsing 5 seconds, 4, 3, 2, 1, stay here, lift your left leg, tap the toes down. Exhale, lift, inhale, lower. You're lifting the leg by squeezing your left glute, very gently tapping your left toes down, so no stomping of the left foot. Upper body still leaning forward, and keep a bend in your right knee so you're absorbing shock through the right side. Stay right here with me. I promise we're almost done. After this, you get a quick break. breathe through the burn. 3, 2, 1. Step your left foot forward. Take a big inhale, reach the arms overhead. Exhale to swan dive and fold down over the thighs. Well done. Keep a bend in your knees, tuck your chin, and let's roll back up to standing and get ready to do that combo on the other side. Shift the weight into your left leg and then come up onto the ball of the foot on the right side with a slight bend in the right knee. Keeping all of the weight in the left leg, draw the navel in as you inhale, squat down, and as you exhale, stand, squeezing your glutes at the top. Keep the movement controlled and deliberate. So we shouldn't feel like it's a bouncing up and down. It's more like being drawn up by a string from the crown of the head and then gently sitting the hips back and down into the imaginary chair behind you. And as we start to load up the weight on the left side, press through the whole foot to rise up, imagining you're pushing the floor away underneath you with the sole of your left foot. Right foot stays light, almost like it could just float off the floor. Go for one more, down and up, and then we'll add on. So squat down, tap your right toes back, step it in, and stand. Squat down, step back, step in, stand tall. Keep the band tight and the right toes very light on the floor when you step back and when you step forward, really focusing on keeping the weight on the left side. Notice any burning, shaking, or the subtle buzz of energy in your left leg. That's telling you that you've been paying attention to the muscles there. Let's squat down, hold it, step your right foot back, and then tap the toes in. Step it out, step it in. Try to keep your hips low so you're still squatting through the left side. If you want a little bit more, bend your knee, drop the hips down a couple centimeters further. Keep the movement smooth. Imagine you're moving like water. No sharp edges, just a continuous flow of movement and breath. You're almost there. Last 3 seconds. 2, 1. Now step it back, hold it here. Big bend in the left knee, pulse it down. These pulsing movements do not have to be big. Make sure that you're not bouncing up and down. Think smaller and lower as you really feel this in the left thigh. And in order to target the left glute as well, make sure that you're leaning forward a little bit without allowing the shoulders to slump and round. So keep the shoulders strong on the back. Core, of course, is engaged. And you're pulsing for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last one in this set. Right leg lifts, right toes tap down. Keep the chest leaning forward. The weight should be in your left leg. So it's not like you're putting the weight down through the right leg every time that you place your toes back down. It's just a gentle tap. Feel the back of the right thigh gently pressing into the band every time you lift the leg to keep that hamstring engaged and the hips stable. Alright, last one. Lift it up, tap it down, and step your right foot forward. Big inhale to release, standing tall, reach the arms overhead. Exhale, swan dive. Our next combo is going to be plie squats, so you can take the resistance band off because it doesn't really work for this style of squat. Leave it off to the side. We are going to use it for our final combo in a moment. You can put your hands on your hips, step your feet out nice and wide with the toes turned out. Inhale, plie squat, and exhale to stand. Inhale, drop it down. Exhale, stand tall. Focus on pressing your knees open so they're going in the same direction as the toes. You'll feel this in the inner and outer thighs. For a little bit extra, I want you to imagine you're squeezing the thighs in towards each other at the top of each squat, like you were trying to slide the feet in towards each other on the mat without actually moving them. Inhale, drop it down. Exhale, squeeze the thighs together. Last one, and we're adding on. Drop down to your plie, lift your left heel, lower, and then stand. Keep it on the left side. We're going to work through a couple reps this way. Left heel lifting every round. A little pulsing action of the hips as you do your heel raise. Stay right at the bottom of your squat, not letting your hips come up as you do your heel raise. So now we're working into the calf alongside the thighs. Keep the chest tall and proud, head stacked over the heart. Let's do one more. Drop it down, lift, lower, and stand. You're going to keep that left heel lifted on your left toes. Drop to your plie, pivot to your right, back through center, and stand. Drop it down, pivot, center, and stand. Keep on moving through, and depending on what feels most stable for you, you can drop your left heel down when you stand or keep your heel lifted for the whole round. Every time pivoting to the right side, turning your left knee towards the short edge of the mat. Let's reset through center, both feet flat, back to the top. Drop down to your plie and stand. Down and up. Line up your breath with the movement, so as you inhale, drop down, press the knees open. As you exhale, stand tall, squeeze your butt and your thighs. Keep the tailbone tucked and move straight up and down like an elevator, lowering evenly, not a chair sliding back. Go for 2 more, down and up. Last one just like that. Let's add our heel lift on this next one. Drop it down, right heel up, right heel down, and stand. Keep it on the right side. Remember to stay low in your squat as you do your heel raise. As you come up onto the ball of your foot, imagine you're pushing your ankle forward, feeling the calf muscle engage. Really try to keep your spine straight here, the pelvis in a neutral position. So imagine if the pelvis were a bowl of water. You want to keep it level so the water's not spilling forward. Final round, drop it down and stand, and now add in your pivot, this time pivoting to your left side. Staying on the right toes as you do your pivot, and remember as you stand up, you can either lower the right heel down or stay on the right toes for the whole round. As you swivel to the left, you're turning the right knee in, and imagine you're turning your hips, your shoulders, and your belly button to face towards the left side of the mat, and then bring them back through center, so everything stays square. You're twisting the head of the right thigh bone at the hip joint to make this happen. Here's our last one. Stand tall, don't go anywhere. Come up onto your toes, final burnout. Squat down, little pulses at the bottom. If it's too much on the toes, feel free to do this with your feet flat. Try to stay here, keep on pulsing, core engaged, keep the movement contained. If you are on your toes, see if you can lift the heels a little bit higher, drive those knees up. Last 3, 2, 1, and stand tall. You can drop the heels down. Turn your feet into parallel with a big inhale, reach the arms overhead. Exhale, hinge forward from the hips, releasing through the hamstrings and the glutes. Great work. Our final portion of class will be down on the mat, so you can lower yourself down to a seat. Let's grab the band again and slide it on to the same place as it was before, just above your knees. We are going to do some bridges, so with your band in place, lie down on your back of your head supported by the floor. Place your right foot flat on the floor and then come up onto the left toes. You can extend your arms up towards the sky with the palms facing in. As you exhale, lift your hips, and as you inhale, lower them back down. Now when you lower your hips to the earth, make sure they're not coming all the way down and you're not putting your weight down through the lower back. We want to keep the glutes under tension from here on out. Just like in the B stance squats we did earlier, you're on the toes of the left side because I want your left foot to be lighter and you're engaging more through the right leg. Last one, and let's add on hips lift, pull the left knee into the chest, tap the toes down and lower the hips. Hips lift, knee in, toes down, hips lower. We set this up very nicely for ourselves in the first round by keeping the left toes light. So same principle here. The left foot should be really light, so it's not a huge amount of effort to actually lift your left foot off the floor. And when you put the left toes back down, you're not stomping your foot. So even though the left leg is moving, you're likely feeling this more on the right side. That's because your right glute is the one that's working to stabilize when you lift your hips in the air. Let's finish off this last one. And now lift your hips up, hold them there, just work the left leg, pulling the knee into the chest and then tapping your left toes very gently back down to the mat. Keep your bum lifted off the floor the whole time. Core should be engaged as well, so make sure the ribs are not flaring out. Instead, pull the navel down and in towards the spine. Press the sole of the right foot into the floor and see if you can get a little bit more height through the hips. Almost there. Next time you lift the left knee, hold it, point your toes, extend your left leg. Hips stay lifted, sweep the left leg down, and as you exhale, sweep it back up. Inhale to lower down, exhale to sweep it up. Find this beautiful extension, long straight line through the left leg with the toes pointed. Imagine like you're painting a straight line with the left toes as you sweep the leg down and up. By now, glutes are most likely on fire. I know mine were at this point in the workout. So just make sure that you're not creating extra tension for yourself in the shoulders, the hands, or the face. Let go of anything that doesn't need to be working. Soften your shoulders down onto the mat. Unclench your jaw. Stay with me for 3 more seconds. 2, 1. Lower your left foot down and then lower your hips down. Hug your knees into your chest. Give yourself a moment of sweet release. Not too long though, because we've got our other side to do. So left foot flat, on the ball of the right foot with the heel lifted, extend your arms. Start with your simple hip raises, lifting and lowering the hips. Same as on the first side, your weight is going to be in the foot that's flat, so now shifting the weight over to the left side, the right toes stay light. Notice how my lower back stays flat the whole time. Core is engaged, and I'm just lifting up high enough that my shoulder blades are still grounded. You don't need to go any higher than that. Let's add on this next one. Lift your hips, march the right knee in, tap your toes down, lower your hips. Hips up, knee in, toes down, hips down. Very softly putting your right foot down every time, like you're setting your toes down in the sand. Keep your hips level. So imagine your pelvis is a tray of glasses. You don't want to let the hips sway to either side and let any of those glasses fall off. I know it's a lot to think about in a short amount of time, so like I said, don't be afraid to slow down. Always quality over speed. Next time that you bring the hips up, let's stay here and simply work the right knee, marching it in and then tapping the toes down. Pulling the band tight between your thighs every time you pull the right knee in towards the chest. Notice how the hips should stay lifted the whole time. Drive your left foot into the floor to prevent dropping the hips. You got it. We're close to the end. 3 more and tap. 2 and tap. 1. Tap. Now pull your right knee in, toes pointed, extend your right leg. Let's go for those leg sweeps. Again, hips are lifted. Imagine like someone hit the slow-mo button, so go a little slower than you want to, so you're really using the muscles in the glutes, the hip, and the thigh, rather than using momentum to create this sweeping arc with the right toes. Stay right here with me. Do not let those hips drop down. Keep the shoulder blades down on the mat. We're so close to the end. After this, we're moving into recovery, so you can see that finish line. Last 3 seconds. 2, 1. Lift your right leg up. Bend your knee, place your foot down on the mat, and lower your hips down. You made it. Great work. Press the lower back down as you take the band off. Move it off to the side. We are done. You can grab on behind the knees, give yourself a hug as you lift the back of the head off the floor and squeeze forehead towards knees. And as you exhale, set the back of the head down. Release your left foot to the floor. I'm going to grab onto my right big toe and extend the right leg for a hamstring stretch. Now, if that's too much, you can grab on behind the calf or even above the knee. Flex your right foot. Make sure the back of your head is supported by the floor. If you can reach the foot, you can hold onto the foot with both of your hands, straightening out through the right leg and pulling the shin in towards your face. Now you can bend into your right knee, cross the right ankle just above the left knee, make a 4 shape with the legs, keeping your right foot flexed and energetic. Draw the left knee in towards the chest, picking up your left foot off the floor, and you can thread the arms around and either grab behind the left hamstring or over top of the shin. Let the back of your body release down into the earth as you breathe into both hips in this beautiful stretch. And then lower your left foot back down to the floor. Open your arms to a T shape. Allow your legs to drop over towards the left side so the sole of your right foot finds the mat. Turn your head and look out beyond the right fingertips. If you'd like, you can take your left hand to the inside of the right knee and gently press it away for more external rotation in the right hip, so it might just give you a little bit of a different sensation. Breathe into the right side of the body, almost imagining that there's more space opening up between your right shoulder and the right hip. Let the right arm rest heavy on the floor. Make your way back through center. We'll just neutralize here, uncrossing the right leg, hugging both knees in towards the chest, give them a nice squeeze, and then lower your right foot. Extend your left leg. Remember your options, so you can grab onto the ball of the foot, you could grab the calf, or even the hamstring. Reach the left heel up as you flex the toes down, and you can use your arms to slightly pull the left shin in towards your face. A couple slow, calming breaths to help you transition away from the more high-energy output of the workout and into something a little softer. And then deliver your left ankle to cross just above the right knee, making a 4 shape with the legs. Allow the left knee to open away from the body. If you'd like, you can pick up your right foot from the floor, thread your left arm between the thighs and the right arm outside, hold on wherever you can comfortably reach. I'm going to encourage you keep the back of the head and the shoulders down on the floor. So if you have to crunch them up in order to hold the right leg, better to keep your right foot on the floor and the upper body relaxed. And even as we cool things down, even as we're not actively exercising anymore, stay really mindful of the breath and the sensations in the body. Release your right foot back down to the mat. You can open the arms to a T like you're spreading your wings. Allow your legs to drop over to the right side, rolling onto the outer right hip, looking over the left fingertips, and you can use your right hand to encourage that left knee open, so more external rotation through the left hip this time. As you inhale, feel the rib cage expand like there's a balloon in the belly and chest, slowly inflating as your lungs fill up. How you can feel that stretching of the skin and even the intercostal muscles that line the left ribs. On your exhale, try to soften a little more. Now let's roll back through center. You can unhook the left ankle from over top of the right. Take a full body stretch, extending your legs, reaching the arms overhead. Point your toes, spread the fingers out wide. And as you exhale, hug the knees into the chest, grab on behind your knees, tuck your chin. You can just roll yourself up laterally along the spine and come to a seated position. Crossing your shins in front of you, finding a comfy seat. Let's take our final inhale to reach the arms all the way up and overhead. Exhale to bring your hands down to heart center. A moment of gratitude for your body and all of the hard work it's done for you here on your mat. And say a little thank you to yourself for showing up to do something so good for your body, mind, and spirit. Thank you so much for joining me for this class. I hope you enjoyed the workout, and I'll see you again next time.